Hi everyone, James here. I'm going to do a very quick technical video right now. I've been focusing on my natural gas course, which is launching in the next few weeks. And there's also a video on YouTube in this channel. Go and check that out. We did a webinar yesterday and I talked about my trading system for natural gas. And I think you'll find it super interesting. And there's also an early bird list that you can sign up to. I'm going to spend 3 minutes in this video. I got a lot of feedback from folks saying a 3-minute video is okay. You don't have to make long videos every time. And they'd rather hear from me more frequently than less frequently. So let's go through currencies, and I'm really going to go fast. So we have no trades on the euro or the pound. They seem to be turning down as the dollar index is turning up. We've also seen that the 10-year yield is moving down. I'll show you that shortly, which should actually put pressure on the dollar index, but it's not doing so far. The only trades that we have on are short euro yen, aiming for 144, 145. We've started moving down now. We got a little higher and a little later than I expected, but we're moving into profit now on that trade. We took another tranche at the red line, so we actually have another short over there, just like that. So that trade's looking pretty good, and that's in some profit now. We're also long on the dollar yen, and if the dollar is moving up, this might move up with it. As I said, the 10-year yield is moving lower and about to break support. Naturally, that could influence the dollar and push the dollar down, including the dollar yen, but it may help our euro yen short trade, so we'll keep an eye on that. NASDAQ and S&P, we remain long. We've got 2 tranches on NASDAQ. You can see them on the chart there. We've got 1 tranche on S&P. That's in profit. This one's sort of at break even considering the 2 tranches. We took a short on the German 30 early this morning at the market open, and that's moving down okay. Top Bollinger Band, big topping formation here, and also this top channel line just above us. We just about touched it. Another long-term trend line, as I said there. Equidistance from the middle one and the bottom one, so we've just created an artificial channel top. As it worked out, the price did actually stop there and turn around, forming a double top with this big topping formation. So I quite like that trade. We'll see how we go. We're now hedged, of course, because we're short on one index, the German 30, but long on the NASDAQ, actually long on the S&P too. We also have a long on MSTR, which we took yesterday. I'll expand this chart so that you can see it. We've now broken and closed above that trend line, but I see in pre-market we're just sort of slackening off a little bit, but so far so good. Now, I think there's plenty of potential for this. A lot depends on how Bitcoin performs. Bitcoin's looking pretty good, but we're aiming for much higher levels on MSTR, probably into the 400s. And then I'm also long on Coinbase and on Google and on Tesla, the one that everyone loves to hate. Let's look at Tesla quickly. The red line is the top of the gap going all the way back down to the 11th October 24, and we actually reached the bottom of the gap in previous trading. We're now trying to get back above the top of the gap. It's still looking a little weak, and of course there's all sorts of stories about Tesla, whether it can even survive or not. I really don't believe many of them. Now, going across to metals and crypto, we're still long on Ethereum. We're long on Bitcoin. We took a new tranche down there at the bottom of the channel line. Let me just show you how Bitcoin looks very briefly. We bounced off the channel line, formed a reversal pattern, trying to move higher. Big surge up yesterday, getting above that short-term channel line, only fractionally, and holding above there. Until today, we've just moved down a wee bit, but we're not changing our position on that. We also have a long position on Ethereum from a long time ago, and that's also in profit. Yesterday, we got out of our long gold position, and we bought down at 2,914, and we got out at 3,025, something like that. More or less about $110. And we now, this morning, reversed to the short side. This is the 4-hour chart on gold. First through the 20-period moving average, crucial support, short-term support. Then this rising trend line, another rising trend line, the 50-period moving average, and the 200s all the way down here. I think we could get back down to 2,800 before a continuation of the uptrend. We also got long on silver a few days ago, and we've just been stopped out at break even. We got long at 33.11 right there, and we've just been stopped out at 33.11. So we now actually changed direction from long on metals to short on one metal, and that's gold. Someone asked me to have a look at copper. Let's have a look at this very quickly. Moving up to that previous swing high, about $5.12. That's where we are right now. And it's also a fairly long-term sort of swing high. And you can see we're making fractionally higher highs in this last move up compared to the previous time. It does look quite bullish, but a lot of this depends on industrial production and how the economy goes. And I think the economy is looking okay, actually. Despite all the doomsayers and naysayers about the economy, everything's going along fairly well. At least the perception might be that, and copper's being pretty well supported. I think we might get a pullback in copper. We're seeing some pullback in gold and silver, and so copper might follow suit. I don't like buying at these levels, and I probably won't be shorting that either. Going across to natural gas, well, we're looking for a short trade at these high levels. The rollover is next week for the futures, and so I'll be trading the Pepperstone continuous price right now until the rollover or just thereafter. And we've actually just gone short on the continuous price here at Pepperstone, and I'll put that arrow in right now at around $4.20 or so. And I have a stop and hedge order just above this recent swing high just a few candles ago. As usual, if we get hedged at that level, we'll hold that hedge until we get another reversal pattern somewhere up in the higher levels. We'll take the profit on the long hedge and we'll use that profit to offset the risk of an additional short trade. So pretty simple on natural gas for now. We have a short position. It's a small position, willing to hedge pretty quickly and then take profit and then go short much higher up if we need to. Remember, we got the EIA report this afternoon. That'll be interesting to see what happens. At the moment, it looks like there won't be much change. And then, of course, the natural gas futures roll over next week at the Henry Hub on the NYMEX. So we'll keep an eye on all of it. And I'll update on this chart on X. We're still short on WTI oil, and we're still following this general idea, a breakdown through Moab and a move down towards the lower sort of trend line, channel line, and then the much longer term trend line down there. Right now, we're just consolidating and retesting, holding there. Looks like a bear flag, perhaps still under the 20-period moving average here on the day chart. So in the short term, we remain pretty bearish, and of course, we're below all the long-term moving averages. The target is down into $60 and then into the 50s and maybe even into the 40s and possibly even the 30s. Right, going across the 10-year yield, I pointed this out on X, the only chart I'm going to look at on this page, just trying to break. In fact, it's just done that. Posted this up a few minutes ago. And we're just trying to break down through that 200, and we've done that so far. This candle has not closed. It's a day chart on the US 10-year yield. Also notice we've broken down once again through the channel bottom. That should push TLT up, and it should be good for risk assets, including Bitcoin, stock indices, and stock names, maybe particularly the tech stocks. And look where TLT is this morning. We've moved up in pre-market quite a long way up, and I'll be looking to take my profit on TLT, probably at around about 92.80. But it depends on price action. If this moves up very, very fast, busts up through there, doesn't look like it will, and it doesn't normally behave like that. But if it does, we may hold on to the trade. Going across to softs and grains, we remain long on sugar. Let me zoom these out quickly. My targets are up here in the green blobs. We've already taken 50% profit at the trend line. We're still short on cocoa, moving down, and we will take profit on cocoa pretty soon, I think. As soon as we get into the pink zone, let's have a look at that. See how far we've got to go. Not that far, really. And in fact, we might just even bounce off that black line on the top of that channel, and we'll have to be wary of that. But generally, the target is down into the pink zone, a little bit down, further down below us. And now coffee, the other one that we've been trading quite a lot. We're still looking for this short to work out. It's not doing anything, really, moving sideways for about 2 weeks. But I do think that this will carry on moving down, and I fairly like this pattern. Target is the top of that channel, down to about 340. We're still long on corn. We're still long on soybeans. There are our tranches down there. We're still long on wheat. And there are all our tranches on wheat, bumping along the bottom here, despite Ukraine. And then orange juice was an interesting one because we got a big reversal candle, and we're long on orange juice. We've got long roughly around about there. But a massive bullish engulfing reversal candle with a lower low, making it a piercing pattern and quite bullish. When this opens, I might add some more on a dip back down into some of the lower levels. And then finally, cotton, a massive bounce off the channel bottom and moving up to the channel top. We still have not defeated the channel bottom or the channel top. So until that happens, we'll just have to bide our time. But the targets for this one, cotton, once it gets going, somewhere up at around about this black line, and that's at about 86.61. And that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you click on the subscribe button and the join button if you want to. And also, there's a link below in the description and in the comments regarding the natural gas webinar we had yesterday. Go and click on that link. Watch the webinar. I think you'll find it useful. It's free. And also, there are links to join my early bird list for my natural gas course launching in about 3 weeks' time. Take care.
World of neck is where the bulls and bears play. Got my eyes on the ticker, see the prices spike and dip. It's the thrill of the rally or the fall of the slip. I'm hedging my bets with a shiver and a grin in the world of blue flames where the fear seeps in. Natural gas blues, oh, they got me good. Excitement, feel like a trader in the hood. From contango to backwardation, I'm swimming in data scene with eyes on the NYMEX. Baby, won't you trade with me?